Salut, my beautiful sacred Taurian souls. It is Sirian Mermaid, and welcome back to the channel. So you already know what time it is. I've got the hourglass upside down, that 15-minute timer. So we're gonna lock into what you need to know. I'm calling on our angels, ancestors, and high vibrational spirit guides, and of course, first and not the least, actually, the Most High Almighty God, to help me to channel and bring forth the messages you need to know. Now, the first thing I am getting, Taurus, is I was getting an anxiety or like this rushed feeling coming up in your energy field. And one thing I actually realized is how deeply clairsentient and empathic I am. So actually, when I feel a lot of tension or anxiety or things coming up for me, I actually started to realize that when I check in on certain people or certain times, or I'm getting ready for certain readings, it actually correlates to what you need to know in that space as well, because we are all collectively connected. And I just have a very open channel at times as a reader to be able to peer into and feel into other people's realities and experiences as it pertains to the greatest and highest good. And for you, Taurus, I was just really feeling called today with my, subliminal affirmations and meditation frequencies and music. I was called to go to the confidence and like self-confidence, high self-esteem subliminal, and just like a beautifully evolved self-concept. And I just feel really called to say that to you. Like, you may not feel courage, or you may not feel like you can see where you're going, what you're doing from here, where it's going to lead. And because of that, you could be a little anxious and very, very antsy about something that's coming up. It could be something about pertaining to your throat chakra. And I'm noticing all the blue on my table. That is my color, blues and golds and things like that. But specifically for you, there's like a lot of strong solar plexus chakra energy. I haven't even turned over this card. I just had the cards ready. And what we started out with was the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords. And I'm just feeling that, Taurus, you've got to continue to apply pressure, continue to show up, continue to be brave. Bravery doesn't mean that you're not scared, it just means bravery and courage means that you're exhibiting valor and you are moving forward towards a victory despite or amidst a fear, right? In light of that fear. But the thing is, you have the power to transmute things to serve you, to make you happy, to satisfy you materially, emotionally, psychologically, abundantly. So I think what you're really being called to focus on this week and meditate on, for those of you who are open to doing meditation, I highly recommend. It's a beautiful, amazing thing. And it's free. It's a free form of self-therapy and healing that really does make a difference when you just do a little bit every day. I will say, Taurus, that just reflecting on what are some ways you can take some of your emotion to the next level, or what are some ways you can use that energy that the emotion carries, and how can you pivot that or repurpose it to fuel it into something that will actually empower you instead of maybe confuse you, or maybe cause you to spiral or go into a series of, just really deprecating thoughts. Just kind of down spiraling, trying not to get into this panic mode and this survival mentality. So it's important for you to take action and articulate yourself. That is what's really going to help you to advance socially, financially, and even through certain circumstances that are just really heavy for you at this time. Now I'm gonna turn over this card. Ooh, whoa! Look at this, the King of Wands, guys. I am gonna get an overhead setup. I did see Sky Leader, you mentioned that. So if you're seeing this video, thank you so much. Shout out to you for your comment. I am going to get an overhead setup very soon, you guys, so you could better see the cards. And I am investing in a new ring light because my ring light just broke. But Notice, Taurus, I'm still going, right? Like, I only have maybe less than an hour left of sunlight, so I'm trying to get in these readings, but I have to keep going. Even if you feel like you're in a slump, don't stop. Don't, this is really like a empowering reading, and something that is going to, this is more of a motivational read, an encouragement read, because you are a leader, and leaders need other leaders to push them, to hold them accountable, right? Mentors have mentors. That's how they are successful mentors. They do what's working by learning it and modeling it from the people who are doing the work. You are someone who is being shaped for success. You are somebody who's very powerful. I think you have a lot of potential to be extroverted and to be very efficient in communication. And honestly, I think one of the doorways for you to be able to cultivate abundance is by articulating yourself. Notice we have actually two throat chakra, these blue mudras here, two throat chakra cards, and then we have this solar plexus chakra card. Okay, so this is all about having the courage to speak your truth to power. And again, the yellows and the blues, which is my whole setup. That's my whole feng shui, okay? Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. But notice I felt called to put my little Cancerian friend, which represents me, my zodiac sign, in the reading. And there's also red here with that red hat. There's pops of red, that red hat, that, the red hair with the King of Wands, and some of you could be a redhead, or you could look good with red hair or red clothing. Something about you wearing red and gold, like strong, beautiful, warm colors with, and some of you are called to go to the ocean. I also heard that you need to hydrate as well at this time, Taurus. There are those of you who may need to just drink more water, clear your throat, and just do more of those throat chakra practices to bring it back into balance, and maybe rest your voice at times where you don't need to speak or present or sing, recite something, prepare your voice. Something really powerful about your voice, especially with this, Scorpio and Sagittarius energy with November 12th to December 12th, you could have something coming up around that time. Also, something around Pisces season can stand out to you as well, as we move into spring. So yes, Pisces season, that is Jupiter in Pisces, right? Jupiter in Pisces, the Nine of Cups. And so there's a lot of Jupiter energy, hence the Jupiter planet, hence Pisces. In the old days, they said it was ruled by Jupiter. Now they're saying Neptune. I say both. And then Sagittarius, that you'll be able to see on the card when I have a better setup and better lighting, is also ruled by Jupiter. A lot of Jupiter energy. Okay, I just want to make that clear. So this winter, there are some engagements that are coming up, and you're being called to step out, to put yourself out there, to show face, to challenge the status quo, to speak what you really truly desire, speak what your needs are, tell people, communicate what you need to see from them for the relationships to be effective, for the projects to be, seen through to completion, to fruition. It's all about you honoring your desires and not suppressing them out of fear or out of a lack of mindset or feeling like it's not good enough. I see you really rising up into this fiery energy where just putting a little bit of pressure, or just putting your foot on the gas, all gas, no brakes type energy. It's just locking you into an abundance timeline. You're going to be happy. I think, certain times you may have been like, oh, should I say this? Or, oh, I'll let it go. Don't let it go. There's a lot of power in you actually being passionate and actually intellectually advocating for yourself, intelligently communicating, respectfully, and eloquently, just painting a picture for people to understand you, and just being clear, creative, but concise. You're going to be respected for your wisdom. You're going to inspire others as well, even people that may have opposed you or may have had some sort of conflict with you. People are going to have a lot of respect for you by the way in which you stand up for yourself and approach things, also with class, integrity, and grace. you're also holding others accountable by holding yourself accountable to hold them accountable. It's a lot of accountability here, but it's tied to your happiness. And with your wisdom becomes your wishes. You know, wisdom causes your wishes to come true. That's your affirmation for this reading, Taurus. If you want to pop that in the comments, feel free to. You know, that wasn't planned. I just wanted to throw that out there as well. And then, oh my goodness, there's so much. But yeah, it's all about you not being complacent and taking leadership of your life, like taking the reins. You are the one who has the keys to say what needs to be said. And if you see somebody else getting, you know, picked on or singled out for something that, you know, they weren't fully at fault for or at fault for at all, it's really, you're the person who you're chosen to be the fulfiller of that circumstance. Does that make sense? Like you're going to be chosen, almost like your spirit team elected you as tribute to evolve a lot of people, a lot of situations, a lot of relationships around you in your life. You're going to be an alchemist, a catalyst for change for those around you in a positive way. And again, that really all does depend on how you choose to use the energy of your emotions to transmute it into something that's going to help yourself and other people. Because we can aim for the jugular. We can, you know, stoop below, you know, shoot below the belt. We can do it. But I'm not getting that you're the kind of leader that's like abusing power. I get you're the kind of person that people entrust to things because they know you really give a damn. They know you really care, and you're going to do what it takes to get to the right conclusions, to get, you know, to take action, effective action, and deliberate action on said things. So that's what you're kind of moving through in the next few months, Taurus, but especially something that I was called to bring up to you within the next couple weeks, okay? So, wow, very powerful. Let's actually talk about your career, since that kind of has me going in that direction. Steadfast. I heard steadfast. And on the bottom, we have style. It's time to express yourself through art, design, and art using your talent. Being creative with your finances will bring you success in your career. So it's like even being able to have those conversations with people to come up with effective creative solutions that maybe people didn't see any, or people are willing or ready to give up. But no, you're a warrior, and you're somebody who is going to thrive by, even though it may feel scary sometimes, or it's like, oh my gosh, who do I think I am saying all of that and putting my foot down like that? I've never done that before. Some of you could be raising up, getting like a raise or promoted to a higher position, maybe of management of some sort, and maybe you're still getting comfortable with being in power. So, but nonetheless, whatever you are in your life, you're going to be called to take on more responsibility and be more deliberate in taking action. Being positively confrontational. Right? Confrontation is not always a bad thing. Now, being combative, like that has more negative connotations. But yeah, unsteady. Remember I said steadfast? So unsteady. Things might get wobbly in your cash flow or business. Abrupt changes in decision making are affecting your finances. So that's why I said remain steadfast, Taurus, because remaining steadfast amongst this unsteadiness, this kind of shaky period, it's going to keep you on the right track. You know, so my advice to you is don't slow down. Hold your ground and continue to progress and move forward. And I heard cut through the fluff. You know, if you feel like there's a lot of smoke and clouds around you, you know, cut through it. You know, with that Knight of Swords, cut through the fog, the lack of clarity. Instead of surrendering to the lack of clarity, to the confusion, push through it. Get the answers you need so you can continue to move forward. Okay, so that's career advice. You may have to do creative like financing or find other creative streams to get income. This could help you become more of a leader in your own business, in your own life, in your own trade. Maybe a craft that you put to the side for some time because of certain circumstances. This unsteadiness could be pushing you to do something kind of different, creative, to lead a new path for yourself and therefore be a trailblazer and for other people. You're pioneering something by your bravery, okay, Taurus? I just want to put that out there. Wow, emotions. Remember we talked about emotions? It says water, cry, purge, balancing, and releasing. So during this time, you're also purging a lot, Taurus. So definitely be patient with yourself, loving with yourself, right? I did talk about water needing to hydrate and also cleanse yourself, cleanse your throat chakra, your solar plexus, honestly, all of them. But continuing to adorn yourself with things, affirmations, even clothing and your hairstyle, your makeup, your jewelry, whatever it is for you, Taurus, continue to adorn yourself with things that make you feel good. Okay, because you also are you're ruled by Venus, which is all about the material realm, arts, creativity, sensuality, expression, right? Beauty. And so your life needs to continuously be beautiful, right? With that style, you got to do things with style. That's your happy place, and that's where your creativity comes alive. So you can create a solution to get yourself out of whatever situation you find yourself in, right? So I do notice that a little bit there, that our hourglass is up. But yes, I feel like a news reporter. Some of y'all could literally, that's what I'm saying, some of y'all could literally be like, there's a Taurus, something about weather, checking the weather, being a meteorologist. Somebody's gonna have to speak in front of a group of people, report something, a journalist, write something. Or if that's not something you've ever considered, that would be a really good trade or like thing for you to develop right now. Okay, so now you may need to get by the water as well to just like release a lot of things that are, you know, maybe causing pent-up fears and emotions and blockages. You may just need water to work with. Do some sort of water magic. Work with water. Take a spiritual bath. Hydrate. Maybe have your daily morning tea or daily night tea. Whatever you got to do to really get yourself aligned. It's not that you're on the wrong path. It's just that you have to continue to move forward and regulate yourself, your nervous system, your emotions in a way that you can move forward. Okay. Now, because haunting. See, there's things that could be haunting you, bothering you at this time. We have curse, lost souls, eerie, psychic attack, and dark forces. So I understand, because you're raising up into a position of leadership, it's essential for you to protect yourself at this time, Taurus. It's essential for you to, like I said, do your spiritual bath. Also, I would say recite Psalms. I've really been into Psalm 64 as of late. There's quite a few verses, honestly, I would offer, but I would say Psalms, and what else? Reciting Psalms, prayer, meditation, as we spoke about, all of these things to ward off any, you know, psychic attacks that just comes with the territory that you are expanding into at this time. All right, Spirit, any last messages for my beautiful Taurians? We're going to pull a card as well from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is so fun. I'm having so much fun. Ooh! Center and ground. Center and ground. So it's all about you centering and grounding yourself at this time, Taurus, because I can't guarantee that, you know, attacks and all of that is going to stop, right? That's not what I'm saying. It's just part of being so spiritually powerful and beautiful and radiant. But what I will say is that it won't affect you. It won't really get to you nearly as much, or if at all, when you're consistent with honoring yourself and centering your world, centering your power, your light, and your mission, then you will remain grounded, right? So just kind of like walking barefoot on the beach or in the grass, that might do you really good at this time, okay? Just give it back to the earth. Mother Earth will transmute as well for you. Embrace your shadow, you know? Sometimes you just got to face the funk. You got to go into what's holding you back within your own self. Some of the greatest psychic attacks and evil can come from within. The voices that are telling us all these different things. So continue to do affirmations and like speak the affirmations in a mirror every day, Taurus. I would say for at least a good week, like a week. I would do affirmations 5 days to 7 days. That's what I would just heard from my spirit team. Okay? And then find freedom. Yeah, you've got to get out. You've got to break out. No more staying stuck, right? No more being complacent. Even if you're happy where you are, you feel peaceful, it's time to keep going. Just because maybe you are celebrating certain things now doesn't mean that you should be getting too comfortable in that position. Because remember, when we get complacent, we don't grow. It's in the discomfort that we grow and that we find ourselves through it all. Beautiful, beautiful Taurus. Oh my goodness. I just love this for you guys. So we're going to pull from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, thank you so much. What can we get for, ooh, fulfillment? Didn't I say? And then we have the Power card too, in Delight. I'm going to read fulfillment since it came out first. Everything's coming out kind of forceful today. Like my chi, like the energy of the cards as well. Fulfillment. So let's read fulfillment. Some of you could be called to Georgia or, you know, Atlanta, like the big peach, something about peaches. I don't know. Something like that. The harvest moon. I don't remember when the harvest moon is, but you may want to look into that as well. And again, something about like spring, like going into spring. I don't know why this makes me think of like certain things are starting to grow at a certain time after winter. Okay, so let's read from the guidebook. Fulfillment, the laden peach tree. The peach tree blooms early, and because of this, it is often a symbol of spring and the renewal of life. Didn't I say that, you guys? I love spirit come through. Come through, spirit. I just love when that happens, man. I freaking, y'all. The peach tree blooms early, and because of this, it is often a symbol of spring and the renewal of life. It is also the Chinese symbol of a happy marriage and of fertility. In some traditions, it stands for immortality. Ripe peaches also portend fertility, fecundity, which is like the ability to produce offspring, or the degree of production of offspring, and great fulfillment. In Korean traditions, the peach represents happiness, riches, honors, and longevity. In the Renaissance, peaches represented the heart and love, and speaking the truth from one's heart. The sacred landscape wants you to know fulfillment is at hand. No matter what is occurring in your life, put your attention on what is splendid, pleasurable, and luscious. Find bliss in the moment. Love fully, deeply, without hesitation. Cherish your friendships. Fill your life with people, experiences, and places that give you delight. Let go of people and things that don't feel empowering and that drag your energy down. You no longer need to put the needs of others ahead of your own needs. If you've had any health issues, a ripe peach represents a return to better health. Savor your life with gusto and with grace. Experience and embrace life in all its permutations. If you want to conceive a baby or a new project or start a new relationship, this card is an excellent omen for a great outcome. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, I hope you enjoyed your reading, Taurus, and that you have been able to receive this with love and light, okay? Because that is the energy and the spirit in which I do my readings in. And of course, you already know if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, feel free to do so at the link in the bio and also down below in the description box. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Salud!